Indira Gandhi National Open University presents a program for Diploma in Event Management entitled Critical Evaluation of Events, Course 3013. Participants are Rajiv Jain and Dr. Hina K. Bijli. Let's listen the program Critical Evaluation of Events.
It is important to see that the data from performance measures are used in the analysis of events. In order to understand better the subject of evaluation and how it helps us in measuring the extent to which an event has succeeded in achieving its purpose, we have with us Mr. Rajiv Jain, very internationally renowned expert and director of Rashi Entertainment Private Limited. Mr. Rajiv, the learners would like to know about you and your organization.
It was before 15 years when we started this company, Rashi Entertainment Private Limited. Event management was not a recognized kind of a business, which was in 1999. When I was doing this job and I wanted to start a company, some business was being looked upon. 94 and in 96, Sushmita Sen and Aishwarya Rai became Miss India and Miss World. So during that time, event management kind of a scope came in the mind, and it was a less capital oriented business that was supposed to be started. Keeping that particular thing in mind, in 1999, we thought that why not make this business very organized. So we floated this company called Rashi Entertainment Private Limited with a very small capital, with a very small rented office, and with a manpower of 3 people is what we wanted to start with. Keeping a vision that, we will try to make this business as a more organized business. The ATL spends were spending because the newspapers, more and more newspapers were coming into play. More and more television channels were coming into play. So I had a thought that why not event management can become the next source of it. Keeping that particular thing in mind, this company was floated. We will be able to shell out some budgets from the advertising industry, from the television industry, and from the hoarding industry that we are talking about, which was the 95% of the media spend chunk at that given point of time. With this vision, we floated this company. And first client which Rashi Entertainment got was Yamaha Motors Private Limited. Yamaha Motors Private Limited wanted to launch the new bike called Crux R. They were wanting to do a media spend, but they didn't know how to reach to the villages, to the remote areas, to the nth customer which can buy their product. So we sat with them and we designed a concept of road shows. Means going to every small city, like we started 20 trucks with them, going into 20 states, and each truck covering 30 cities plus some 20 to 30 villages in that particular state that we are talking about. Result, the sale of Yamaha increased from 15,000 vehicles to 41,000 vehicles in those 2 months of activity that we did. Yes, definitely their ATL spend was good, their television spend was good, but attacking a direct consumer, for which event management is, can bring you huge amount of results. So that was a thing that made us pumped, and yes, we are into the right kind of a business. Then road shows, then club activities, then mall activities. Then suddenly came the big market of big ticketed events. So this was before 12 years that these big ticketed events started happening, where we did few huge big ticketed events where Bollywood was becoming very popular and was becoming a source of spending in the market which is there. So we ventured into that arena and we started doing some big ticketed events, some big public shows with 20,000 people, 50,000 people, and we did few events with 1 lakh audience attending the event for Dainik Bhaskar when they were launching their publications all over the places. So these big ticketed events took place. So from these road shows and BTL activities, we came down to the big ticketed events, and suddenly before 7 years time, which is a big surprise for me also, the wedding industry came into play, and we were seeing the market as the property prices were growing up and up. People were getting a lot of money was coming in the market from all the spheres, and people didn't know how to spend it. A villager in any remote town was being paid a 50 crore rupees, a piece of land that he didn't know how to spend it. And I always say in my statements that in India only 2 things sells. One is Bollywood, second is cricket. And an Indian spends money only at 2 places. One is while building the house and second is while doing the marriage. So this wedding industry came into play, and we thought that why not enter into wedding industry. And when I was being called 9 years back by Dainik Bhaskar owner Mr. Girish Agarwal that why don't you do a family wedding in our family and call us Shankar Mahadevan, Sonu Nigam and Shan and Sunita Rao, I said that why should I do wedding? He says that this is the next big thing, Rajiv, and you will repent if you don't do it today. I did that wedding. There were 10 chief ministers attending, some 50 union cabinet ministers and member of parliaments attending, and it was happening in a stadium, and a couple of big artists were being taken down. And 9 years time, the wedding industry have left a corporate industry and a BTL industry far behind, and is pegged by CNBC as 1,99,000 crore industry, which is bigger than Reliance and a Wipro together is the kind of a turnover that Indian wedding industry is doing. So basically it is an evaluation process, and we have graduated from doing a BTL activity to doing a big ticketed events to doing these wedding industries. So that's why these three verticals operate in our company.
Rajiv, being such a successful person from the event industry, I'm sure there must be some way by which you ensure that success is met for all your events. Is there any kind of a method of evaluation? Could you tell our learners a little about what evaluation is all about and how do you ensure that your event has met its purpose?
I will go first into the BTL part of it, which is called below the line activities, which are the road shows, which is the club activities, which are the mall activities, where the direct consumer interaction is there with the people. You are doing an advertising on television worth 10 crore rupees, but you don't know whether your segment is getting to see that particular kind of an advertising or not. Seeing that into play, this BTL came into thing. In BTL, let's say a promoter is standing in a mall, and there is a direct interface with the consumer who's walking into that particular mall for that particular product. I will hypothetically give you an example of a car being parked there. Let's say if in a day there are 200 people who have seen that particular car, 100 people being the technology market have got themselves clicked with that particular car.
So here you're trying to ensure that the event blends into the audience fit, the target audience. The event is trying to ensure that it conveys to the target audience what it wants.
I will only add to this, Hina, is we are wanting the entire advertising ATL activities which are happening to convert it into the direct sales. That is the job of a BTL activity that we are talking about. Direct sales, how a company can make profit is not by advertising. If the advertising gets converted into sales, into hardcore product being sold out. And there is an evaluation process. For a BTL activity, there is a beautiful evaluation process which we follow. There are reports that are there. How many people have visited your stall? How many people were hot leads is what we call them. How many were cold leads? How many can be converted? There is a report that goes to all the consumers, be it a shoe sale, be it a car sale, be it a motorcycle sale or any sale. It goes to all these particular people, and trust on me, by our experience, if we have said that there are 40 hot leads that this promoter has generated for us, a 50% or a 40% ratio generated by the companies, and that is where these BTL activities and a direct attack on the consumer has become very, very popular. A set system is there on the place by various reports which are there, which I'll definitely share with you, so that evaluated and the sales get converted into that particular process. This is one aspect of the evaluation process for BTL activities that you're talking. Second evaluation comes when you're doing a big ticketed events. What is a big ticketed event? Let's say Percept is doing big carnival at Goa. A car company is doing a Shankar Mahadevan show at Indira Gandhi Stadium, which is there. So how do these passes get distributed? The passes gets distributed that, anybody who's giving me a hot lead in my showroom will be getting a pass for this particular stuff. So definitely for generating that hot lead, that consumer has to visit the showroom, and there are chances for the showroom owner to convert it into a sale. So this is the second evaluation process, that if we have done an event and how much people are we able to get in the auditorium is a conversion process that we are talking about as far as the big ticketed events are concerned. We will talk in detail about it. And third is the wedding. Wedding is if people say that you've done a good wedding, that's an evaluation. That's all. When you become very popular in the market, that you've done a big event for wedding, because this is not being done for benefit. This is being done for pleasure. And it's the biggest industry out there. It's being done for pleasure. That money is being not spent for business. It is being spent for pleasure. So if you get a wow factor in the society and people say that you have achieved for whatever hard work you have done in the last 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it is.
Way to go.
Really.
Way to go. So you mean to say that event evaluation is possible also through the exploitation of available synergies and expansion of services that are offered to client through interaction, which you just stated. Other ways also by which you can evaluate events.
See, we are trying to go into a ROI system. I am also the treasurer of
What
IMA.
is ROI?
Return on investment. I will just tell you as to how it is. We just took out a white paper of event industries, and the industry size was being pegged at approximately 4,000 crores. And the hoarding industry size was being pegged at 2,200 crores. So we were being rated as double the size of the outdoor media industry, which was a commendable thing. Where advertising industry was being pegged at approximately 20,000 crores that we're talking about. The pace with which we were going was the figures that were alarming to our ears also, that wow, what are figures, and this is the kind of a business we are doing, and this is the organized business that we are talking about, in which the transaction are all in checks and the service tax gets paid to Government of India. Keeping the success of white paper in mind, I'm also a member of an association called Event and Entertainment Management Association. I was the vice president for first 5 years, and now I'm the treasurer of IMA. IMA comprises of members which have got a 2 crore plus turnover, and there are approximately 103 members just now, which comprise of any genre of companies, from IFA awards to IPL matches to Commonwealth Games to BTL activities to Filmfare awards. These are all owners who do these kind of events which are there, to Family Fun Car Rally. What we do are the members of this agency. So we thought that why not go to a next level, as we are talking about evaluation here. But how an evaluation can happen? An evaluation can only happen when you come to know about return on investment. I am doing a roadshow in the state of Punjab. I have taken a roadshow for 30 days time. I've invested 10 lakh rupees in it. Out of those 10 lakh rupees, what kind of a return am I getting? Is ROI is being aimed at, return on investment. We have already given this work to Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young is working hard in interacting with approximately 50 event agencies all over India. They are interacting with approximately 50 clients. They are interacting with some mall owners, some content providers to come down to a system, plus 1,000 consumer is what they are interacting when they have visited last, and what is the kind of a sale which we are converted. This industry has developed only in last 15 years time. My father never used to know what is the word term as event management. But today I think everyone, it's an aspiration of every youngsters to be a part of this what's so called as glamour industry, though I call it a very hardworking industry. But yes, we are coming down to the next big thing, that is return on investment.
Rajiv, after measuring performance, is it important to report on the return of investment to the advertiser or the sponsor?
These days, the companies are becoming smarter and smarter because they have definitely allocated an X amount of budget to the event management companies and to the BTL activities. So they are definitely looking for some kind of a process in which the return on investment can be calculated. This is the next step of the evaluation process. One was the evaluation for which we are talking on this particular program, which is there. And second is the return on investment. Let's say if I am spending 10 lakh rupees worth of money on doing a BTL activity. So what is the actual return I am getting by way of conversion it into sales? It's what the companies are looking at, this kind of a report. The latest trend in the market is few companies which have recently started a year back, which I'm also surprised that they are taking care of the sales of the consumer durable products, which is the next big thing which is happening in event marketing. So, but yes, ROI is the most important thing for the event management industry, is working very hard to take out a formula, to take out a tool in which the advertisers, the client can be reported on the money spent and vis-a-vis the return that they've got out of this particular assignment that they've done with the event management company.
So what are the ways by which, the event and activation company can provide inputs to increase the return on investment for the client?
See, as far as number one, I always say that it is not an event management company can sell the product. The product has to be strong. Second is, we are the facilitators for getting this product sold out to the consumer, which is there. Yes, if by our wide experience, they listen to us, the clients listen to us that you do this kind of an activity and you will get return out of it. Suddenly you must be noticing in the market that the sites like OLX and money.com, which are selling product through all technology, the second-hand products are getting sold through OLX. It's a revolution in the market. Any housewife today says that मुझे अपनी washing machine बेचनी है. They put that washing machine on the OLX with a number being advertised, and within 48 hours you get 2 to 3 calls and your machine gets sold out. It is another revolution that is happening through the mobile marketing which is there. So keeping all the, how do you advertise this OLX? How do you advertise this number? Just dial a company which has got the number of 222222. What was this company? It was a zero company 7 years back. Today it's a 500 crore company which is getting the product sold out to the consumer. So yes, the ways are coming out. Event management is becoming stronger and stronger. The technology is becoming stronger and stronger to sell the products.
Lastly, Rajiv, I'd like to ask you, evaluation is also done to ensure that the event is of quality. And the purpose of conducting the event is also met. So in your opinion, what is a quality event?
Again, you're talking about a measurability tool which is there. There is no evaluation that you can do for a quality, but yes, by experience of an event manager and by experience of a product manager who's sitting on the other side of the table, both of them try to come down to a conclusion where a cost is being arrived at with the quality in mind, and the deliverance happen as per the event agency per se. The quality gets taken as per the product manager per se, and we are able to deliver a good product and the sales get converted. Again, evaluation is only being done for converting the sale. The basic aim of any activity, be it ATL, be it BTL, above the line advertising, radio advertising, television and hoarding advertising, is sales. If you are able to convert it, you have achieved your evaluation, you have achieved your ROI, what you're talking.
So learners, we have clearly understood from our expert that evaluation is a very critical aspect of event management and cannot be neglected for all the purposes for which the event is held. There are many benefits that can be gained from the critique of an event and also allows the event manager to learn from experience and improve operations. Thank you so much, Mr. Rajiv, for sparing your valuable time, for enlightening our learners with your valuable thoughts and experiences. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You were listening the program Critical Evaluation of Events. Participants were Rajiv Jain and Dr. Hina K. Bijli, Content Coordinator Dr. Hina K. Bijli, Recording Zainuddin and Archana, Announcement Aarti Karihallu, Editing Sadan Lal, Producer Dinesh Divakar. This program was brought to you by Electronic Media Production Center of Indira Gandhi National Open University.